there, and that one there. Just checking these out. Let's see if it's, give me some feedback, okay? Give me some feedback, okay? Where's the camera? It's there. The camera's there. All right. So, right, with me, I have Geeta Tailor, who is, let me get this right, a naturopathic nutritional therapist. Okay. So, how would you describe a naturopathic nutritional therapist? How would you describe yourself, basically?
How I just describe, I would say a naturopathic nutritional therapist, what my beliefs are, is that the person is whole, and anything that's happening in someone's body is not an isolated thing. The body as a system works as a system, not on its own. So in nutritional therapy, we use food as a way of rebalancing the body, okay, and providing your body with the right nutrients. We also look at function. So if your digestive function is poor, then it doesn't really matter what you're eating.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
You need to kind of make sure that that part is working optimally. You want to make sure your different systems like detoxification is working optimally. You want to know that how your uptake in food is working optimally as well. So as a nutritional therapist, we look at all those areas. Naturopathy is really looking at not just what you're eating, but it's looking at your environment.
Okay.
Because your environment influences you.
And what kind of environments? Just give me examples. Do you classify different environments, or do you just take it from looking at the environment and thinking about under these conditions? I mean, give me a bad environment. What would you consider a bad environment?
Okay, a bad environment.
Or a less helpful environment.
A less helpful environment. It may be somebody living in a very stressful place. So they're living in an environment that it could be a marriage that's not working. It could be a workplace. Yeah. It could be they're working in an environment that is so pressurised they're unable to express their feelings. It's go, 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 no time for rest. That would be an environment that would not be conducive to health when done long term.
And I know you don't talk about formulaic things, or I know what you like, nothing's a formula, but what kind of things would be helpful under those circumstances? What kind of foods or fluids would be helpful generally?
Okay.
I mean, so you take some stuff in and out.
Yeah, when you're in an environment that, say it's a work situation, and we've all been there, you want to make sure that you're having sustained energy, not in the form of sugars or coffees or things like that.
Yeah.
So you want to make
sure.
We've
got 5 people watching us. So
you're making sure you want to make sure that you're eating food that's going to last long.
Try again. What do we were watching the live videos for? No, okay, that's just information.
Okay.
Go on.
So we want to make sure that we're eating good quality proteins, and it doesn't have to be a paleo diet. You could get good quality proteins from plants if you can digest everything properly and you prepare it properly. Okay. So making sure that you're having good essential fatty acids and good fats. Good. Making sure that you are eating some form of good quality carbohydrates, but making sure that you're not skipping meals would be one thing. Because I remember when I used to work in corporate, and when there were seasons that it was, we were working 12, 14-hour days, we'd skip meals, and that's not really healthful. So
what about quality? Obviously you want good quality food, but would you say that with quality food you can actually consume less, as in volume, as opposed to rubbish, which people eat loads of most of the time?
So like, for example, if you're going to do what we call rubbish, for example, if you're going to have a Diet Coke and then a packet of crisps and a chocolate just to keep you going as a snack, maybe that's not a good thing, because your body's not going to, yes, it's going to get the calories, which is going to give you the energy, but it's not nutrition. Because remember, look, if you're in stress, your body's going to need, yes, it's going to need energy to get you through to the day, but it's going to give you the highs and lows if you eat foods that are not going to be helpful. So, yes, good quality food. So it could be you're having, some fish with some salad. Yeah, that's going to last you longer. And it's not about eating bland food. You can make beautiful food.
Yeah, we know that, but we know someone. I saw someone the other day eating I won't mention any names. He was eating one of plastic containers, and I hope he's not watching this video. Piles of chips and a Coke, right? That was my nightmare. That's my absolute nightmare of food. I think, well, why don't you go and get something nice? Yeah. Total sugar and carbohydrates, not even nice carbohydrates, awful carbohydrates.
But when I see someone do that, and it's no judgment against
push
them.
Push it off the table.
Yeah, push it off the table. But to me, they're feeding an emotion. They want to feel good, okay? And they're not really. They can keep doing that until the end of the night. But until they address those reason why they're doing it.
I mean, he definitely was. He looks like an emotional eater.
There you go.
What about models? Like vegetarianism or veganism or.
Well, I'm vegetarian.
Right. Okay.
But as you know, I never. I'm not being dogmatic about it.
Right.
Okay. It's not a religion. My dad's vegetarian. My granddad was vegetarian. My great-great-granddad was vegetarian. It's come down a lot of generations for us. So it's a little bit easier for me to uptake iron, to uptake B12.
Okay.
I haven't done it overnight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, I've never ever eaten meat, so I don't think I could. Okay. My challenge with people going vegetarian or vegan is that I understand keeping animals, the cruelty to animals bit and all that. You can actually start to look at animals that have been kept in good environments. My biggest challenge is that people do it too quickly and they don't do it properly when they go into.
And that, do you think that can disturb people's constitution?
Yep. I've seen it, and I've been in this environment for over 10 years now, and I've seen people come to me from a variety of environments. I've seen the blood of a raw foodist. I've seen a blood of somebody who eats a balanced diet, meat to veg. I've seen the raw data, and I can't ignore that. Yeah. Initially, when I started this career, for me it was all about being alkaline, vegan.
Oh, I see what you mean. Really dogmatic.
And and I know I got disturbed by it. My own health got disturbed by it. But when I look at people's blood and I can see that I'm seeing this diet is not suiting me.
Right. So vegan diet or vegetarian diet doesn't suit everybody.
No, and a paleo diet doesn't suit everybody.
And that's a bit osteopathic techniques actually, and different types of osteopathy.
Yes.
Don't get me started. So I'm trying to think what else I can ask you. So, food groups. Do you think food groups you like everyone to go and eat different parts of food groups or certain food groups like carbs, fat?
Yeah.
Just mix and match.
Yeah. So when I say mix and match, obviously, look. Do you know what? I think we've made food so complex.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you. You heard it here first.
It's just like we've made it so analytical and we've made it this big science. But look,
in fact, we scienced the fun out of it. Basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, science.
100 years ago, with what we know about food, and I know about health 100 years ago. Okay, there were different circumstances. But we've made food such a big, difficult thing that it's like, oh, you shouldn't eat this or you shouldn't eat that. Well, actually, who told you that? And unfortunately, I have to say this, and I'm really going to say this, is a lot of people read the internet. They read so many articles on the internet that are written by people who do not have, in my opinion, the authority to say what they're saying. They can say their experiences and that's fine, but remember, it's their experiences in one period of time. You didn't see them 10 years before and you're not going to see them 10 years later, because I can guarantee you their diet would have changed 10 years later. Guarantee, absolutely.
No, I agree, yeah.
So I think the biggest thing is, really, don't cut out any food groups, okay? I'm going to talk a little bit about Ayurvedic principles, if that's okay.
Go on, keep going.
I'm not an Ayurvedic practitioner, but I do follow it. I do follow it because I've grown up with it. Part of me has known it really well. What Ayurveda says is that the tastes Ayurvedic classes food as taste.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about carbohydrates, they fall in the taste of sweetness. Okay. Which is
sense.
why when you eat too much, you can put on weight.
Right.
Yeah. But they also associate the carbohydrates to the nervous system. Okay. And when you take it away completely over a long period of time, I'm not talking short periods because people gain short-term results. They get the results short-term and they assume that that's going to last them forever, and it's not, because at some point in time they're going to get an imbalance. And if they think that carbs are the evil, they're going to have a problem later on in life. Yeah.
So people who sort of cut out carbs completely, short term they get away with it.
Yeah.
Long term they won't.
No.
There you go. That keeps that simple. That's brilliant. Cool.
And you'll see that because I do read people's blogs that are not they're not the authority, but I do read their blogs, and some of them are actually saying that they had to bring back some of those starchy carbohydrates into their diet because it could not sustain being free from those carbs. Their body was telling them that.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to listen to your body.
Do you think it goes back to that old thing again about a little of everything, or well, not even that actually? You can't cut out carbohydrates. You can't even you can't cut out protein totally.
Proteins and everything.
Yeah. Even plant proteins.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's good. And I think something else was asking. We've got 12 people now watching this. I'm going to 10 now. It's not to cut off. So. Well, this goes back to Goethe's principle of the teeth formation. It's interesting because we have no tooth that dominates the mouth. So therefore, we can eat everything, anything. And also it's cultural as well. Like in Mediterranean, you might get more salads.
Yeah.
But also they smoke heavily, which they seem to be all right with. They don't have heart disease in certain parts of Spain and France because they eat healthily. Yeah. And when they eat, actually it's not even the eating the food, it's where you eat, when you eat, what the company you're in when you're eating.
Exactly.
That makes a big difference.
Exactly.
Oh look, John Ellis has just joined us. Hi John. Woo.
Hi John.
There was, I think it was called the French paradox. You know about that, the French paradox?
With the wine and cheese?
Yes, they were looking for the lowest heart rate. In fact, Kuno will know about this in Holland, because if he's watching. We did this thing about, this post went up a while ago about the fact that full fat cheese does not cause heart disease.
Yeah.
So I think it was Kuno put up, someone owes us an apology.
Yeah.
and that's basically it. It's actually what we're doing. It's actually, eating the company we're in when we're eating. Let's get all dark and turn the light on. Hang on. It's the company we're in as well.
I think the company, and then one of the things, my general principles about what I eat would be, I've been brought up with a mindset of you always prepare your own food, and growing up, we didn't really eat how much, it was...
Didn't eat a lot?
Eat out.
Oh, out? I see what you mean,
It was always home food, and to be honest, when I do go out to eat occasionally, but I just don't like it. I just prefer that when
fresh at home.
But I know what's in there, and I know it's not been processed with ease this, ease that, and I know it's natural. It's a natural form, so I can decide what goes in my food. And I think if we can, majority of the time, go back to that principle, then occasionally, if you do go out and have a burger,
it's not a problem.
It's not a problem, because it's not about, like you said earlier, stop taking the fun out of food, but don't make food all about fun.
That could be a t-shirt. Anything else you'd like to get across particularly?
Really, just listen to your body. So don't follow. Food is not a religion, so don't follow that as a religion, and really listen to your body, because I remember. I don't know if I mentioned to you, I think, years ago my thyroid went out.
Oh, yeah,
and one of the things that I was craving was butter and ghee. I was craving it.
Yeah.
But everything at that time said, these things are not good for you, okay? But my body was like, it wasn't the oils I wanted, it was the fats I wanted.
Damien Thomas says thank you. We're trialling this all out. It's working. It's been live.
So for me, if I listened to my body then, because that craving wasn't a sugar craving.
Right. Okay.
It wasn't a craving of something to make me feel better. we know now things like coconut oil, the saturated fatty acids are really important for the thyroid. We also know that butyric acid from butter is really important for some of the bacteria in your colon. So, you know, and these are foods that they've been around for hundreds of years. It's the food that doesn't look like food now that you need to be careful of.
I think that goes back to the whole thing, isn't it, about the public are now confusing food with things you can eat. I mean, you can eat anything you like, but food is something completely different.
You could eat chalk if you wanted to, right?
Some people do, I think. Well, actually, it's pretty medicinal. But but it is that factor, you know, and I think osteopathically as well, nutrition. I mean, Dr. Still, the doctor that discovered this osteopathic philosophy, was heavily into plants, heavily into nutrition. And he used to collect lots of plants and actually try and work out which plants would heal, which plants would. And again, he came to a very similar view that, you know, the environment you're in, I mean, I use the word genetic loosely, your inheritance.
Because it is loose,
it's a generality, basically, but it's there, it's in the background, your inheritance you eat. I mean, there's a tribe, I think they're in Africa somewhere, that eat spiders. And what they do is they cook them in sand, hot sand, big tarantulas, and they eat them, but because they're eating them in the sand, they're wearing their teeth away. All their teeth are worn away from eating, crunching spiders. As part of it's a delicacy. I forget what program that was on. Anyway, that was that. So it just goes to show you can eat anything. That's why we've got balanced teeth. That's why the species we can move around anywhere, around the planet. But we know what's bad. We know what's not good for you, and we know what is good for you. And so it's just a variation, isn't it? Varying what you eat. And we know that, you know, eating. You know, if you made a kebab, proper vegetables, salad rather, you know, good quality meat, then, you know, it's fine, it's good for you. But we know that eating McDonald's, trade names,
processed burgers,
we're going to mention them all now, Wendy's, McDonald's, all that, you know, can be a little bit labouring on the system, let's put it that way. Then you'll get what you get. Simple as that. But I think having, as you said, if you have good nutrition and then you have what some American football players just call a cheat day, nutritionally, you know, then 1 day a week cheat day. If you have 1 day a week cheat day, then it's not going to have any problem. And also exercise, because that drives the system. So it drives the blood, drives the circulation. The food will get them in the end. So it's great. Anything else you'd like to pop across?
No, I think that covers an overview. And obviously, if you want to know more, tell us.
Let me know. Anything specific, I'll send it to Geeta, and then we can do specific videos which you can respond to. Because Damien Thomas's response here saying thank you, blog, which is great. So you can do all that. Anyway, Geeta, thanks so much. All the information will be down below when it's on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Bye.